B.I.B. Black is beautiful.
Black is beautiful. Yes, you are. You're a star. Black is beautiful. Yes, you are. You're a star. Black is beautiful. You could be the next Oprah. Or like Obama giving hope.
B.I.B. Black is beautiful. This is your girl, E. On my left, I have
Raquel.
And on my right, I have
Nyasha.
And this is a group of young ladies that I have gathered together to have a little girls talk. And that's the topic of my topic tonight, girls talk. So we're going to start at a topic, what is it like being a woman in today's society as a teenager, as a child, as a young adult?
I definitely think, not to be generic, but it's definitely hard to be a woman in today's society, especially a black woman. I personally feel like we are like the bottom of the barrel, whether it's work-wise, whether it's relationship-wise, whether just how society view us, everybody fantasize us and idolize us, but they don't want the black girl, like they want the hairstyles like us, but they don't want the, they don't want the black girl. Wow. Or the guys want to date the cultures that are closer to like black girls, but not the black girls, So I just think it just sucks because I feel like no matter what we do, we're just always shoved to the side.
What's your take? That's interesting.
I really agree with you. I couldn't really have said that any better than that. I am a firm believer in what Malcolm X said. The black woman is the most undermined woman in the world, the most misrepresented woman in the world, disrespected woman in the world. So I think my question is, how do we live in that? We already know what comes with that. I think that some women have growing up being a black woman in today's society is hard because there's some women that think like that, and then so that they take their anger for the misrepresentation that has been put on us, and then they abuse women that are going through the same struggles that they're going through too. So I think one of the most important things is figuring out how to cope with that and be balanced in the world of so many African American women, but then also be balanced in the world of other different cultures and other women. So yeah, that's my take.
I definitely think that today's times, we are in a year of women. And I actually think we're grown. We have with the whole natural movement and how more black women are being so free to just rock their natural styles.
So my question is, do you think society, workplace and stuff, is allowing us to be more natural? Because I find myself tending to ask my white supervisor, is it okay if I can get lock my hair? Is it okay if I can dye my hair? Because, I still feel like we still to some degree, they still kind of are like, oh, what's that? When it comes to expressing ourselves through hair, because that's what we like to do.
I think that there is something, social construction is definitely something big and real in our community. And I think that has essentially been passed on to allow other cultures to look at us negatively, even though there's people that are appropriate those same things to the future. And so that's why it's important especially as a black culture, I speak about economic value, us putting economic value back into our culture, putting that into our kids. Because we'll go spend $100,000 and support another business that don't care about us, that don't care about nothing that has to do with our culture, think that we're beneath them, etc. But then we won't even donate $5 to our own sister and brother who's trying to get their ground off the feet, and that's grinding. Be disrespected. We are being misrepresented in the music, misrepresented in the media, misrepresented on some of these television shows. And this is what our kids are watching. This is what the next generation is watching. But and they probably can't, and they don't have no evidence to believe that it's true because we're not doing what we're supposed to be doing by giving them a foundation and making sure that, somebody is there, to proceed and take the throne after one person's job is done. So.
And speaking on the whole being misportrayed in the media, let's talk about what's concurrent in our population now, the Black Panther. What are you guys' thoughts on the movie?
Okay, so I'm a comic book fan. Okay. So to me, and I think which we probably might talk about, what a lot of black people forget, that it is a comic movie.
Sure.
It's a comic book movie. So for me, I enjoyed it because the movie took the different aspects of each of the writers, the different writers who contribute to Black Panther when it was a comic.
Yeah.
So you got to see all that play together. And then you got to see a lot of representation, a lot of strong female lead. Like, there was no female damsel in distress.
For sure.
Like, every female held their own. That's what I really enjoyed about it, too. But it was a comic superhero movie.
Okay.
So, yes.
All right.
I enjoyed it.
So I feel like the movie was good in the aspects of it being for the culture.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you know, like it was big for the culture. I think that it showed that we got real life economical value within our culture. And that movie shows that if we get up and we invest into our community, we can make millions, we can make billions of dollars, you know, and we can start having some financial stability within our community.
I see it as, when I watch the movie, black on black crime is still shown though.
Okay.
So I'm looking at it a little deeper. You know
Okay.
that was something that really bothered me even when we was walking out. I was like,
Okay.
I really wish they would have came together at the end versus one
Yeah.
of them had to die. One of them had to die. Like, it just,
Yeah, but I heard that he's really not dead. And it's gonna come
I
back.
told you he's not dead.
Yeah, it's in the comic book.
Because
He comes back
remember,
alive. Yeah,
they
I
never
heard that.
showed him throw him off into the river. And remember, vibranium is everywhere.
Okay, so do you guys agree with the whole symbol as Wakanda was country and they did not want to share their wealth? They wanted to keep it in to save their people. Do you think that they should have helped other black people around the world?
Of course, and that's the problem, and that's the reason why I think that is another one of the symbolisms because that's a reflection of our community. We do not support ourselves. We do not invest in ourselves. We do not economically have financial stability, and that's the problem. We want to protect our household, our family, our generation, and whoever is left out in the road, they just left. You know?
I have that. I don't feel like Wakanda was doing nothing wrong. They was thriving wonderfully.
They was, but it's other people, you know? It's almost kind of like, you know, the homeless people. Like, we have this concept of that every homeless person is really, you know, pretending, like, you know?
It also goes back to our conversation when you feel that half of the proceeds for Black Panther movie should be poured back into our black community.
Not even. All that black pride made white people $1 billion. Do y'all not understand that? We were so proud to see. Yes, this movie was amazingly shot. It was amazingly cast. That message was powerful and beautiful. But white people just did what they do to every time. Like, since we were brought to this country, they just made money off of us. We helped them grow their pockets, and that irritates my soul. Now, I want to come to the part of this dream. When this B.I.B. Black is Beautiful grows, it needs to be a black-owned studio, a black-owned network company, a black-owned financing process to finance a movie like Marvel. I get that it's a Marvel movie, but we should have another black film. I'm not saying that this is going to be the last one by far, but it needs to be financed by black people, produced by black people, casted by black people, and profit back by black people. We should get into that cycle. Once black people learn that cycle, then our community, our culture will start. It will thrive. We need to invest in us. How do you think about the men in the show?
I think they did a great
Yes.
job, especially with the chocolate. They put a lot of chocolate into the movie, and that's what I really appreciate. Cause
I don't like the best friend. I'm throwing it out there, and I don't think he's attractive. That Get Out guy, I don't even know his name. But
I don't think he's
I don't
attractive.
like him.
I like the King of Jabari.
Oh, the
yes.
ape man? Yeah.
So our next topic is S.E.X. Let's talk about it. So what do you think it's like for women our age, 25 to let's say 30 age range? What is it like dating in today's society with the new millenniums taking over and everything?
I feel like what's it like dating is basically how you perceive in your experiences and how you adapt that to the world.
Oh, yeah,
Because you could live in one place with another particular person and they can be experiencing something totally different from you. It's about what you attract, what you put out into the universe, and then essentially what your insecurities allow you to be attracted to. And so that's what I feel like.
What do you mean by that?
I feel like some of us are have been abused in ways that we probably don't understand. And then, so either we have a desire to look for people like our abusers, or we look for people whom we can inflict that same abuse upon.
Like, what's it like dating?
Yeah,
or
what's
just
it like dating in
Honestly,
today's society? How's your experience with dating?
My
men?
experience dating men just sucks all around. You know, like it's either I don't find the right one, I'm attracting the weirdos. Maybe I'm putting off the weirdo vibe or energy, or I may personally feel like maybe I'm not ready because I ran track my whole entire life, and so I feel like my whole life was dedicated to track. So right now I just feel like I want to be this carefree black girl who wants to go to music festivals and do everything, and then like all of a sudden I start like, you know, talking to a guy and he's already being clingy. I'm like, you know, like I kind of want to be
set your boundaries.
yeah, independent, but then I also feel like I haven't found the right guy. So it's just really hard, and I think social media makes it even worse for dating because a lot of guys have these standards of what they want their women to look like, and generally I don't look like none of those women, so it's just like, you know.
Me neither.
Yeah, me
so
we not this.
But you gotta just live in your truth.
Right.
Yeah.
Me, I'm completely ruthless with it. I'm what you call. I like to be in complete control, so that's what I hunt for. I'm a hunter. But before we even think about the topic of men and what they do to us and what they don't do to us and what they whatever, you have to practice self-love. If you don't love yourself, how do you expect anyone to love you?
I think the journey to find it is beautiful.
Yeah.
Because I know I didn't have it all through college, and when I got home when I moved back to California, I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna take this opportunity to figure out who Nyasha is and to grow into this self-love. Because my whole life I did not have it. You know, I didn't love myself, didn't care about myself. You know, like. And so the journey and the process, and I'm still going through it. I'm finding more things that I like, more things that I don't like, more things I'll tolerate, more things I won't tolerate, you know. But I think the whole self-love is beautiful, and I feel like you can't really go into a deeper relationship if you don't even love yourself, because how would you know what you would tolerate or not, you know?
That would be my question to you guys. Like, what was one of the ways that you what was one of the ways and things that you did to love yourself? Like myself, I dated myself for a little bit.
That's what I did.
Like I dated myself. Like I did hella shit by myself.
I did too.
I love to live. I learned to live in my solitude and appreciate it. I learned to be grateful for my surroundings. That's why I really love nature and like the water. And I read a lot of books.
Yeah.
I read a lot of books.
To piggyback, I dated myself too. I would go to the movies by myself. I would go out to dinner by myself, and then got comfortable enough where I was like, it didn't feel awkward. Like I would go to like Boiling Crab, where everybody's with somebody, and I'm sitting there by myself eating shrimp and my fries, you know, like stuff like that. And I feel like once you're comfortable to do things like that, like I even go to concerts and music festivals by myself. You know, like once you get comfortable with dating yourself and it's okay to be by yourself, to do things by yourself, I think that's when you've achieved self-love.
Yeah, I love that.
What I did, I just stopped telling myself, stop projecting what the world image was on black women in my head into myself. So I told myself to stop talking about myself. Stop being negative about myself. And that stopped, and once I graduated from high school, all that insecurities, all that, what that naysayer, and like I said, I'm a headhunter, so if you tell me I can't, that's this fuel to the drive to make me succeed even more. And then you say I can't do this, I can't get that, or I'm this, so I'm gonna do this, and I'm this coloring, and I'm not. This is as far as I'm gonna go. I'm doing everything I possibly can to break what you talking about down. You don't put a limit on me and my worth. Value of my skin color.
How does self-love influence your sex life?
It makes me confident. I'm completely confident, cocky. I'm completely.
Like,
I know my worth. I don't know about all that, but it's like I'm not feeling like I'm happy that I'm with you. It's versus like you happy with me.
Yeah,
like
I need to be felt right. I need to feel good.
Yeah.
What are you guys' signs, and what would you say is your freak number from 1 to 10?
I'm a Gemini. And mine is like 100 and 1,000.
100 and 1,000. That means you're not scared to try nothing.
I am an Aries.
Are your birthday coming up?
Yes, April 14th.
I'll be in
Coachella. I will be at Coachella.
Yes.
I would say I'm probably 7.5 to 8 out of 10.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what is your small limit?
What is you?
Well, okay, because I'm like, it's so many questions I can transfer. So I'm a Leo, so y'all already know what that means. It's like a dominant thundercat, lion. I like to be in control, but then I like to get into the habit. Okay, so like with sex, I like and enjoy being submissive. So I feel
can
like
do that.
my freak level is like on the million like yours. Like
I like being submissive, but at sometimes I need to be dominant as well.
yeah. So that's what I'm saying. Like I'm that's been instilled in me.
Right.
Like it's my personality, you know. But I feel like I control so many aspects of my life. Like every aspect of my life, I'm in control of. You know, my career, my education, where I'm going, the people I hang around with, my preservings on my peace, everything. So when I'm having sex, I'm like, okay, I like to ride because it's like, you know, you get to
Back
be in
shots.
control.
I'm making
But
niggas-
then that is my
Right. And also, it's weird, but like I like to hear the headboard bang.
See, wax sex.
Oh.
Let's talk about wax sex.
Yeah, what's the
It
worst
does
wax sex
happen.
experience that you've had?
It does happen. What is yours?
It was, oh my god, it was so recent too. It was
Ooh,
so
5 years.
I like when guys take their time.
Okay.
When they rush in and just try to like, it's the worst for me.
Cut those boys off.
Yeah, and so it was so bad to the point that I tightened up and just made it seem like he couldn't get it in. Cause I was like, no, because it was just
Why did you
bad.
tell him no?
Right, because women feel like at a certain point you can't say no, but you can say no in any second during sex. If your plans is completely off, a penis is right there in the sun, and you want to say no, you can say no. But this is natural for that feeling, just to bear through it for it to be over. But I'll tell you no if I want to fight. And for me, it's my first white experience. I don't really
I
do.
can't believe you did it.
I don't really do Caucasian men. They're not for me. Don't get me wrong. Some of y'all are attractive and y'all look good in your own right. But I had a first experience in college. He was like a pole vaulter. His penis was just red and it was just awkward and he was just clammy. His skin was clammy. Like, how your skin clammy? Like, I don't know, but I could do any race. I could, but I can bang it out with all my Hispanics out there. Like, I'm loving all y'all whole culture and all y'all have to offer to the sex game because y'all so passionate, and I thank that. And I've been having sex mostly with black men, and they just so disconnect when they have. There's no passion. I'm trying to let people in. Right now, I don't think I really own men. I'm like more on women right now. Because I feel like women love better.
They definitely
Yeah, and that's what I need, right? I don't need sex right now. I need love at this point in my life.
Because like me and sex, I look at sex like this. If I like to have sex without condoms, so it's like I cannot have sex with 1,000 dudes, but I've had sex with some guys. So nonetheless, it's like I'm not judgmental. But now every year when I talk about elevating myself, I'm like, okay, I'm not going to do the same things that I did when I was 16. I'm not going to do the same things I did when I was 20. The same decisions I made when I was 22. Like, every year I have to elevate myself. That means in my vagina, too.
So, yeah, thank you guys for tuning in. This is B.I.B. Black is Beautiful. We had a wonderful talk of girls talk. This is
Niasha
and
Raquel.
And this again is Emerity Watt. Thank you guys. B.I.B. Black is Beautiful. Remember, you are beautiful, and what other color, shape, size, whatever race you are, you are beautiful in your own way, your own right. Live in your truth.
Live in your truth, baby.
B.I.B. Black is Beautiful.
Black is beautiful. You a queen. And you Jack. You a king. Black is beautiful. Follow your dreams by any means.
B.I.B. Black is Beautiful.
Black is beautiful. Yes, you are. You're a star. Black is beautiful. You could be the next Oprah. Or like Obama giving hope.